dealing with anti-black racism or anti-racism, okay, dealing with racism, right? Set an example immediately. Yes. Immediately. That's one. And that's what we're going to talk as well. Because it's occurring too in the city. Yes. Okay? It's occurring to the city and it needs to be addressed. Two. We have an issue with black youth in the justice system. Okay, black youth have been put in foundations that the government funds. Okay, and these foundations are outside of Toronto, being led and being supervised by small-town whites who are very racist in their mentality. This is not anecdotal, this is true. This is true. Okay? My point is this. The government funds this stuff, but the government doesn't supervise it. Right? So our youth are being subject to racial abuse when it should be groomed because they made some mistakes. Huh? Right? Okay? So their future is being damaged because the government is not doing its job. Right? Three. I got 4 points. There's 2 points. Let's tell you for the government again. There's 2 points. Okay, what I'm saying is that our government is talking about anti-racism. Our government shows a laziness and an unwillingness to really do what it needs to do to address the problem of racism. Finally, we talk about anti-black racism. The first victims of racism are the Aboriginal people. There's an issue when we talk about anti-racism. Why do we still have the issue of grassy narrows, for example? Right? When we want to talk about racism, was on the radio not too long ago, when the native people were saying we still have a mercury problem in our rivers. Henry said all the fish have mercury in them. The first thing, the question I've been here since 74, that's been issue ongoing. You want to talk about racism? Let's deal with it immediately.
I would like to say good night to the elected representatives who are here. I would also like to address my speech or whatever I have to say, dedication to the people who are also represented here, as we are the most important in conducting change. I come from 5 different backgrounds. I was born in Nigeria. My mom is Jamaican, my father is Ghanaian. My stepfather is white Canadian. His family goes back to 2 constitutional founding fathers in Canada. Okay, to this day and age, my parents do not speak, even though they're supposed to be united. They met at United Nations. When I came back to Canada 4 years ago, I was invited and sponsored by my family, and also told at the same time that I would not be eligible to come to Christmas dinner and holidays and things like that. And what I can say is because of the color of my skin. All of my family in Canada are white, and this is how I'm treated on a daily basis. So let us be aware that these challenges that we face every day, they're not unique. They're intrinsic within our family systems due to assimilation and what we've inherited, and they will not go away. So we have to ask to change our conduct. The things that need to be addressed are we do not need to be penalized for trying to amend the system for equanimity. And this is what the system that you guys have created due to the royalist structure, right? Where it's not about ethics, it's about being loyal to the queen. You guys really need to look at the policy, and we need to be educated on how we can do electoral reform. I was the only black person who came to the 2016 budget. There was nobody else there except me. I was actually on the list, and I wish next time that you guys can bring this amount of crowd to the 2000, to whatever budget we need to address. Instead of asking me, We shouldn't have Africans, we shouldn't have new people coming over and getting the jobs, right? Or people who've been here since I was here when I was 12. We shouldn't have Africans settling
to the voiceless. Right? And Premier Wynne, I was very proud when you became the first LGBT premier of our province. And I believe in your inauguration, in your speech, you said that you promised that you would listen to the voiceless.
She lied!
Today, it means that we're not being serious about anti-racism. Dr. Benjamin, thank you for the history reminding us all of what happened in here. So for solutions moving forward, regulation of partying isn't the elimination of partying. We need to get rid of the data that was already collected on instant. Mr. Coteau, I watched you as you helped to get the first Afrocentric school open. I know a lot of you work. I know what you know about our community. But we have to make sure that the Anti-Racism Directorate isn't just show. My mom called it pop show. Let's be real. So hold you accountable, please. One love.
First of all, I want to thank Black Lives Matter for their intensity for us to get here as well. I'm talking right now, and it's important that we understand why we are in the position we are right now. And from a finance background, it has a lot to do with finance work. We're imbalanced when it comes to the finance aspect of it. Take a look at, like our previous brother had mentioned, Caravana. The money comes in, goes into your coffers. You look at the NBA weekend on February this year, the money comes in. Mayor Tory, I'm addressing you, stood up and said that we're bringing $100 million into our local economy. But tell me, how much of that money actually went to the Black community? Okay? The people who are on the stage, on the circus, performing like that, none of this wants to keep moving. Okay, now, Mayor Tory, I actually have tried to get a hold of you 5 different times. I left one message, a second message by email, 2 phone calls, I dropped by your office, and also when you're on, I'm almost done. When you were on TV for Raxamir, I sent you an email, and I have a solution to reduce the gay population. I think you're pretty serious about it, but I haven't heard from you, so I'm beginning to wonder how serious you are. Premier Wynne, you have said that the Black community has given significant contributions to this province. However, when you look at the newspapers, I looked at the newspapers for the whole month of February, there wasn't anything positive about Black history or about culture or anything of any However, when we had the Chinese New Year, you should see all the different venues you could go to. There was not one single one. I looked at every single newspaper from the 24 to the Metro to the Sun to the Star. Look through all of them. These are the racial inequalities that we're dealing with. And I have one question for both of you. It's rhetorical. How much money have you contributed to a local black-based cause? So when you search up to the top, that's you. When in February you had mentioned, oh, listen, he says, okay, you know what? We have, this is a month of giving. I remember you, I think you gave money to the Chum radio organization. What do you give to the black community? The leadership starts at the top. So I'm inviting you to maybe talk to us because we're doing something that you're concerned about. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Kwok, and I'm here on behalf of the Asian Canadian Labour Alliance. We're a network of labor community activists who fight for equality with particular focus on anti-racism and anti-Asian racism. Today, we're here to stand in support of Black Lives Matter. Black racism. As you can see here today, Premier and Mayor, there's a lot of people in this room and probably out of this room and thousands of people who couldn't come here to me who want to air and express all the acts of racism that they've experienced by other individuals. And I salute that. I think that we should have those spaces and have people be able to express those. But I think what the core issue is just systemic racism. Because systemic racism is what keeps us good jobs. It keeps workers of color, black workers, indigenous workers, and low-wage jobs, temporary jobs, contract jobs. And so I just want to echo also Amy Go's recommendations earlier that we should make sure that the ARD mandate the collection of data on racism. That's particularly important if we're going to do the same thing on racism. And develop a legislative mandate for the ARD. So, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House, especially Mr. Mayor there, Mr. Tory, how are you? How are you, Miss Wynne? I'm going to talk about racism and discrimination altogether. That's not my language. I'm going to give it back to you, Mr. Tory. You can catch the word when I say racism. It's gone back to you. When I say discrimination, Miss Wynne, it's going to go back to you. Discrimination. You caught? Okay. Yeah, a long time ago, I'm a pubic tree. I'm hardly the rainbow. All the way from Alberta. Remember? I live. This is my land. This is my whole land. And after years of discrimination far too long. Right from the time you came, your race came to this continent. You brought slavery here. Your people brought slavery here. I'm still live. And I'm still hiding on my land. So I'm going to get those who are behind to look for them. In fact, I think that's what's happening right now. Yeah. Okay. I come from the residential school era. And when I hear shut up, that comes from the residential school era. I will not shut up anymore. Not for you.
Unfortunately, we ran out of time. So Ms. Curtis was your last speaker for the evening. It is now 9:48, and I'm sorry. These are the last two speakers. I did mention to you that I am not able to speak. So
thank you for the 2.3 seconds I have. But my name is Rochelle Romaxe, and the reality is Black lives have always mattered. The then you can also understand why we can't wait. So I'll speak from my capacity as a PhD and the owner of M&R Counseling Services. In my counseling office yesterday was a Black child welfare youth who was struggling with depression, anxiety, homelessness, and PTSD. So since we can't wait, I'm here to let you know we have the answers. We have always shared the answers. As a matter of fact, August 1st, 1834, all Black slaves were legally declared free in all 50 colonies, including Canada. So it is 2016. So I'm here to let you know change will happen with or without you.
So I have good news. Everyone who's in the line now, no one else will be able to speak.
Alright, so continuing with that in terms of the change that will happen, my name is Samuel Ngano. I'm the founder, owner of 180 Chain Street. I'd like to definitely thank Black Lives Matter. I'd like to also thank Kathleen, John, and Michael for being here. Quickly about my story, and I'm going to get to it. I represent that demographic that has done time, that does have a record, that's known to police, that we never hear about, but I'm going to speak to them right now. What's up, Secret Service? I know I'm pretty big, huh? When you get big now, that comes to the time, that comes to the pain. When I went through my situation, I had to look at my country, look around at what was going on, and I realized that my country wasn't doing anything for this demographic. It was as if they were second-class citizens, and they did not exist. I, in myself, designed the curriculum because my country didn't have anything for them. I took it upon myself, on my shoulders, amongst the pain that I was going through to make sure it happened. That was in 2008. I kept on forging through. And just like the last sister just said, with or without you, it's going to happen. I went on and I forged on and I continued pushing this curriculum on my own, not getting the help and the support that was needed. Long story short, it made its way to the TDSB. Fighting, and I'm still fighting. Now let me I'm going to expose some things here. Now, there was a thing called the Toronto Youth Equity Strategy. Okay? I did the deputation for that. Now let me talk about it. Before I did that, I had to hold my breath and say, you know what? Father, I know it's always happened at a time from Malcolm to X, but you know what? I got to take this step. I got to make something happen. I trusted them, did this deputation, okay? Can you believe not one single penny returned back to us, our community, our demographic? Let me get straight to it. I heard something in the news about 600 jobs. But those 600 jobs ain't nothing if the centered approach with a job says if you have a record, you're not getting employed. I'm here for solutions, and I'm going to talk to you straight. See, $5 million, that $5 million, let's treat that at the $44 million that just got squandered one day. See? Anybody know about that? We blew $44 million. Yes. What is $5 million? We talk about what we pay to incarcerate individuals per year. How much money to lock them up? Okay, we've been through that math already. Let's keep it moving, right? The funding allocations, we talked back and forth. So that's Toronto Youth Equity Strategy that happened. The solution to that is a centered approach. And what a centered approach means is that throughout history, obviously, we've had a colonization. It's been through colonization, that approach, through that lens. You cannot keep the same lens. Yep. It's that simple. You need a centered approach. You might be scared of me, the tattoos, the record. Don't be. I need to be, or someone like me, needs to be around that table. The same things reoccur. I'm not going to tell you nothing. Like Michael, for instance, I've met you before. I've met you, you've seen me doing the work that I do, and I've seen him on the ground. and we talked about making certain things happen, but we gotta make it happen. We really gotta make it happen. Let me keep going. We got 69%, right, of African natives over the past 10 years going into the federal system, right? We see these correlations happen. What are you gonna do? What I say to you guys right here, in the last government that we had, coming like they wanted us Canadians to be like the US, and we are not. Okay? They spend how much money on increasing, building more prisons, so on and so forth. My liberals, I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna say, in your heart, understand what Pierre Trudeau and his Charter of Rights and Freedom meant for our country, and meant for us that we're all in here, and what it truly represents. What that means is that we don't go back and try and follow the states. We be Canadians, be true to us. That means we don't be afraid to make change, and the change we truly need. This playing this game of back and forth, I'm not into the back and forth talking. It's been 3 weeks ago, John, I met you, you know what it is. I'm waiting for you to do what you need to do. But we're not playing, our community knows what time it is, and we're here. I'm ready to die for mine.
My name is Dean Peters. I'm black and I'm native. And I have one thing to say. Let my people go. Set the captives free. Open up the prison doors.
Yeah.
That's the change I want to see.
I want to thank the earth, my mother. I want to thank the elders for your strength, the ones that are here and the ones who are not here. You are my strength. When I was 3, I knew that Black Lives Matter. I am Métis, 19. I had the privilege of meeting Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau in 1983 and speaking to him about equality and issues of anti-racism and world peace, and that was a privilege. In 1993, I was working with an anti-racism committee here in Toronto, and I was a civil servant working at the WSRB, and we were asked to fill out a survey on who we were, who our ancestry was. And I said I was proud to be of the religion of Buddhism, that's my religion, and I was proud to have Aboriginal ancestry. And I was told that I was no longer allowed to keep my job. I filed with the Human Rights Commission, and I've been waiting ever since. I think all lives matter. And I also understand that Black Lives Matter said that they believe in peace and love and kindness. And I want to stand here and I want to honor the lives of the members of the Toronto Police Force. And I want to recognize them as human beings. And I want to say that I share from my heart love for all human beings, of all colors, of all races. God bless
Hi everyone, thank you all for your patience. I know it's been a long evening. My name is Wynne, and I'm going to try my best not to repeat what people have said before. But to touch upon some of the mandates of the Anti-Racism Directorate. As I want to mention 3 points very, very briefly. One is the concept of bias, which you know permeates everything. It permeates academia, it permeates our data collection. So one recommendation is that the Anti-Racism Directorate should do everything that they can to ensure that there is no bias in the data collection, that there is no bias in how the data is shared, and to ensure that transparency and accountability permeate every aspect of all the mandates of the Anti-Racism Directorate. And that is including, but it's not limited to, a continuous collaboration with the public that flows back to the directorate and then streams down to the public. Not just speaking to one or two groups, but making sure that the public, as in all of us in this room, are able to disseminate this information, that this information is translatable, that this information is easy to access, and the information is easy to read. The last point I'm going to make is about quality education. Canada is a signatory to the Sustainable Development Goals, as are all nations. One of the Sustainable Development Goals is about quality education, ensuring that everyone has access to quality education.
Free education.
Quality and free education. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Don't get me started on student loans. Anyway, so what I will speak to in this moment is I will speak to, I'm going to say it very, very quickly, making sure that anti-racism education is part of our curriculum. It's not just part of our curriculum. That is including incorporating CRC recommendation number 62, which is saying that Indigenous education and education of residential schools is a mandatory part of curriculum.
Get in here. And again, it cut me off and I wasn't even able to articulate what I said. So I had a basic recommendation that I had wanted to give, and I was not able to articulate that. So this is what I like to say. We do need to be able to have equanimity. We should not be creating second-class structures where we teach neo-immigrants to come in and utilize privilege in order to have access to jobs and things like that. We need to identify how to deal with systemic racism within our healthcare, within our finances, so that we can teach our generations that are coming up how to be financially literate and how to be financially sustainable, including our social services. We need to be able to have access to housing. I currently live in a shelter right now, you know, and like I said, I come from an educated background. These are not the types of things that should be happening within our society. We need to be able to deal with internalized racism. We need to be able to learn how to restore leaders so that we can create leaders who are not establishing equity on the basis of molesting our youth, you know, and molesting our women. Black women, she's not just Black Lives Matter, but women, especially marginalized women like myself, who've been sexually assaulted by actual Black leaders a number of times. We should not be able to be silent, and that's why I stood, because we should not continue to silence.
Already been said. I think you can sort of get from sort of the gist of the evening that basically we all have grievances about what's going on in the community. I'm a social worker, and I work in mental health and justice, diversion in the courts. And there's an overrepresentation of young Black males who are dealing with issues that are intersected by mental health and addictions. And there's a lot of homelessness in that population. And what I see is sort of the root of that is is from the school system where there's sort of a school two-person pipeline in the province. So many young men that we get, at the point where they're in the criminal justice system and we're dealing with them, they've already been kicked out of schools, they've already gone to jail, and so now they come to our program. And I don't know if you've been downtown lately. I work in downtown, I live in Chicago, drive into Toronto, I get saddened because all I can see are young black men standing along the street side. You pass them on the street. They're like worthless bodies. Like it's like they are like just standing there. They don't have jobs. And I noticed that the issue for them is not that they don't want to work, because I also noticed that when I see the garbage trucks goes by, it's all young black men that are loading the garbage onto the garbage trucks. So the myth that black men don't want to work is truly a myth, because they are working where they can get jobs. So if we can do something about that, I think we'll have sort of half the problem. I don't want to take away any more time so much, but I want to talk about sort of the disrespect of young black men on their bodies, because they're sleeping on the sidewalk. You see them every day, and I believe that if you walk into any black community on any given day, I was saying to my friend, if you drive into any black community on any given day, the two demographics that you'll see in the community standing at 12 o'clock in the daytime, when everyone else is at work, are old people and young black men. That in itself is a disgrace. We all want to see our children do well. I'm a mother of a son, and it saddens me because I do know that every parent wants to see their children do well. So I think that in terms of that, I think it's about employment, and it's about changing the rules in the school where you have teachers that are teaching our children that look like them. Because right now, in the school system, you have teachers coming in from all places, coming in to teach kids in the communities that they don't belong. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Premier Wynne, Mayor Tory, Minister Coteau, and other ministers and councils work here. My name is Margaret Parsons. I'm the Executive Director of the African Canadian Legal Clinic. And in solidarity and in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. And I'm so proud of our young people. And I want to say that Premier Wynne, Mayor Tory, you promised Black Lives Matter meeting. You have to give them their meeting. They are our young leaders, and this meeting doesn't stand in its stead. You owe them a meeting, and you must respect them as young leaders in our community and give them the meeting they requested and that you promised them. This is the International Decade of People of African Descent declared by the United Nations under recognition, development, and justice. And to date, we have attempted at the ACLC to try to meet with Mayor Tory, to try to meet with you, Premier Wynne. Well, Stephen Harper, he was useless. But to talk about the development of a plan of action, since 2014, we've been trying to get a meeting around the development of a plan of action. And if Germany could develop a plan of action for African Germans, you could do that. Under recognition, it must begin with recognition of slavery. And the destruction and aftermath and the legacy of slavery in every aspect of our lives. Under development, the African Canadian Legal Clinic and other partners in the community are calling for the establishment of a Department of African Canadian Affairs. We have been in this country for centuries. Our ancestors have helped to build this country on Indigenous people's stolen land. And we feel at the very least we deserve a Department of African Canadian if you are serious about anti-Black racism. Lastly, justice. We talk about policing, we talk about the courts, but very rarely do we talk about corrections. And our brother here who founded the Association of Black Law Enforcers, David Mitchell, who's been in the budget for years. But remember, if you go to the Toronto South Detention Center and you do a tour, Premier Wynne and Mayor Tory, 90% of the inmates are young African Canadian men that have been warehoused. There's no programming for them. They're being let out on the streets with nothing. And it is a travesty. There is a crisis going on right now inside the Toronto South Detention. For days, the men are not getting access to a shower. For days, they're being held on lockdown, and corrections go unscathed. And we must put that on the agenda, and that Orizzetti should have been here in this room as well, and whoever the minister is for community safety and correctional services. But let them know as part of the mandate, corrections is important. But we would like to meet with both you, Mayor, and you, Premier, to talk about the International Decade for People of Africa.
Thank you, thank you.
Good evening. I won't say my name. I will just identify myself as predominantly a casualty of Canada. A casualty of Australia, as many people here are. And as much as I hate sound bites, language of sound bites, that's as effective as I can be in conveying some points tonight. Bob Marley says, how many rivers do we have to cross before we can talk to the boss? He says, so much things to say right now, so much things to say. I think we need more of these meetings. It's the tip of the iceberg. It's the tip of the iceberg. Black lives do matter. I'm totally for that. But I'm a realist. I have to go one step further and say, evidently, the evidence in this society shows that black lives do not matter. We have to look at that reality. The reality is that black lives have not mattered. That's what brought us here. Okay? We recognize soundbites. Mayor Tory, Mayor Tory. We recognize soundbites.